What's going on, everybody? Today, I want to talk to you guys about the cost of your decisions and how one bad decision could cost you everything. And the reason why, there's always a reason why I want to talk about something. The reason why I want to talk to you guys about this is because we all understand, on the grand scheme of things, there's big decisions that we make throughout our lives that if we don't make the right decision, could cost us everything. For instance, maybe having one day where you drink way too much alcohol and then deciding to get into a car and driving home, that could cost you a lot. That could cost you your life. And we all understand this as far as the big picture, the big things. But what I want to talk to you guys about today is the small things, the small decisions that we make every single day that we actually don't pay attention to, that could actually be costing us a lot. And this is something that happened to me today because right now it's about 7 p.m. I probably slept about 11 hours. That wasn't the plan. The plan was to get up early, go to my laptop, start my laundry, go to my laptop, get work done at my laptop because it was a day I actually had off, and actually get some work done. However, because of the decision I made yesterday, a decision that was, on the grand scheme of things, seems very, very small, it actually just threw me out of the rhythm. It actually cost me, I don't want to say cost me my day, but it is not costing me because I'm learning more and more from my decisions every single day because I'm doing my best to be conscious of every decision I make. But anyway, yesterday I had a friend come over, a friend who I haven't seen in about 5 months. And usually when I meet with this friend, he's a very, very high energy guy. And as opposed to him coming to my house and us sitting and talking and catching up, we usually like to go walking. And in particular, we like to walk in parks like this and we like to just talk about what's going on with our lives. And this guy is very, very high energy. So anyway, he comes over and we end up going for a walk and we end up walking maybe 3 or 4 miles. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm really, really hungry. He's like, maybe we should go grab some food, bring it back to the house, and eat. And I said, okay, sure, why not? So I end up taking him to this deli that I usually go to. Now, for me, this is rough because this deli, every time I go to this deli, I always get something that I shouldn't get. And that is the Philly cheesesteak hero with some ice cream. And as I'm walking into the deli, I know this. I know. Do not get the Philly cheesesteak. Do not get it. But anyways, what happens is when we get online, the line is a little bit longer because my plan was just to order some eggs. But because there was like 2 or 3 people on the line and I had to wait, I could feel like my goal was to say eggs. Just give me some eggs. Just want a few eggs. Just cook them, scrambled. I'll take them on a plate. I'm good. But because I was waiting behind 3 people, I could literally feel my impulses, my urges saying, get the cheesesteak. It was like my ego saying, get the cheesesteak. It's going to be so good. Get the cheesesteak, Lou. And I could literally hear my voice, this voice just talking to me. And of course, I get to the front of the line and I want to like hesitate and wait and actually say the eggs, but now there's people behind me, so I feel forced, I feel rushed, and I end up just saying, oh, let me get the Philly cheesesteak. And I get the Philly cheesesteak, and of course, because I got the Philly cheesesteak, I got the ice cream. Now, bring it back home. I end up eating it. Me and him continue to talk. I end up going to bed. And of course, what happens? What do you think happens when I go to bed? Stomach is acting up, messes up my sleep. I have to get up to go to the bathroom a few times. And it ended up costing me because I end up getting up, 11 hours later? I end up sleeping for 11 hours. Now I wake up and I'm tired, I'm exhausted. What do you think I do from there? I'm a little hungry. I order a slice of pizza and some garlic knots. Now I get a pizza and some garlic knots. I eat that. And then what do you think I do after that? After I eat the pizza and the garlic knots, which isn't good for me, by the way, I end up taking a nap. And it's interesting because it's such a small decision. That one small decision, getting the cheesesteak with the ice cream, even though I planned on getting the eggs, and I understand this and I know this, making this one decision cost me my day. Now, mind you, my plan was to work on my laptop, get some work done, and maybe that's a losing battle anyways, because for me to sit down and work on a laptop, if you was to ever actually hang out with me and see me type, you would probably laugh. It would probably really, really frustrate you because every time people are around me and they watch me type, I actually frustrate them because like I have to look at the keyboard and I usually use my index fingers. I don't know how to use my whole hand. So maybe it was a losing battle. Maybe there was a part of me that used this as an excuse to not work on my laptop because I really did wanted to get work done today. I really wanted to get my laundry done, get some work done. And maybe that was my ego, my mind, finding a reason to just not do it. But these little decisions that we make every single day, we need to pay attention to. Because for a lot of us, we're not aware. There's a term for this. And this term, the first time I ever heard this term was from the book Deep Work by Cal Newport. The term is called attention residue. Now, what is attention residue? A lot of us don't realize what we're doing. Meaning, when you make a decision to get on YouTube, to get on Instagram, let's say you get on Instagram and you watch a couple political videos, and maybe you only watch maybe 10 minutes worth of politics. What you don't realize is how much that 10 minutes of focusing on politics is actually going to affect you the rest of the day. Because first of all, every time you see a video, you're creating a sensation within your body. Dopamine is being released. Most people don't understand what dopamine is. Dopamine is what we use, the neurochemical that's used to actually get us to move, to get us motivated. So now we're getting cheap dopamine. Why? Because we're actually getting a reward from getting agitated watching politics. Now, what most of us don't realize is dopamine is very, very limited throughout the day. Meaning, if you're using your dopamine on cheap stuff, meaning watching videos, if you're getting easy dopamine, that dopamine is being taken away from other possible tasks that you could be doing that requires a lot of dopamine. This is why a lot of us don't get a lot of work done. So what you got to realize though, not only is it taking dopamine away from you, watching these political videos or eating food that isn't good for you, it leaves an imprint on you to the point where, let's go back to the politics, where you're unconsciously, your brain is going to be processing this stuff to the point where maybe you go into a conversation and you end up bringing it up in conversation. Or you hear somebody say something that you don't think is correct and you jump on that person. And it's constantly controlling you. You're getting pulled left and right. You're actually not in control. So what you got to do is start monitoring everything you do. You need to start auditing your day, because we all have goals. We all have things we want to do. We all have things we want to accomplish. We all want to have more energy. We all want to feel more free. We all want to feel more abundant. But what we're not realizing is that the small decisions that we're making every single day that we're not paying attention to, because a lot of us, we're not paying attention. We're on autopilot. It's bringing us in a direction that's not beneficial to us. So, what you got to do? You need to start paying attention as best you can. Now, me, I'm somebody who's supposedly a teacher of paying attention, but yet I fall for this stuff too. Like yesterday, I knew the cheesesteak. Don't get the cheesesteak, Lou. Why? Because if you eat the cheesesteak, it's gonna mess with your sleep. You're gonna feel like shit tomorrow. Then now, when you feel like shit tomorrow, you're gonna make more bad decisions, like me getting that pizza. I end up getting the damn pizza. I eat the pizza, and then guess what I did? I took a nap. And now it's damn near 7 p.m. It's Easter Sunday, and I'm finally now doing something. I should have got my laundry done. I should have got the work done on my laptop. But of course I did. Now I'm out here trying to make up for it. And the main reason why I'm out here, because even coming out here to make a video wasn't the plan. The plan was to still be working on my laptop, getting stuff done. But now I'm out here, I'm detouring, because my idea now is if I make a video, hopefully I'll get into rhythm. This is all about getting into rhythm. You got to realize the decisions that you make, the little small decisions you're making could be costing you a lot more than you think, because one, it's going to knock you out of rhythm. We all heard the saying that time is money. And I'm here to tell you that's true to a degree. The true statement should be time plus focus plus momentum is money. You need to get into momentum. You need to get into rhythm. Because when you get into rhythm, because you got to realize that not all time is created equally. Like, for instance, right now, I kind of feel like I'm in rhythm. Like at the beginning of the video, I was speaking, I was kind of like not sure what to say, but now because I'm kind of in rhythm, despite people being around me, I'm still zoned in. So what we have to understand is that each decision we make could potentially knock us out of momentum, knock us out of rhythm. Because the truth is, time plus focus plus momentum plus rhythm is where the progress is made. So please, I'm begging you. I'm really talking to myself. I kind of started making these talking videos because I actually watched them routinely to remind myself that be mindful of the decisions you make. Now I'm out here trying to make up for it, and that's fine. I'm catching myself. I'm becoming more and more aware of it, especially now at the age of 36, because at the age of like 26, I wouldn't have been aware of this. So for you, you need to realize what it is that's actually costing you. If you're a guy, I know a lot of guys, they have problems watching sexual activities on their phone, and then they're doing stuff to themselves that is actually costing them a lot more. They think it's just that moment. They think they're just watching whatever it is they're watching on their phone for that minute, but it's costing them a lot of energy, because when they end up doing what they're doing and they release, they feel drained afterwards, to the point where they don't have the energy to work out, they don't have the energy to study, they don't have the energy to do pretty much anything. They don't have the energy to be present with their parents, with their family, with their friends. It's costing you more than you think. So please, if you're a guy, try to get control of that. Learn to allow those impulses to pass on through. It's just an urge. If you're a business person, please put your phone in the other room. Because realize, let's say you get into momentum, right? You start work and you're 20 minutes in, and the impulse comes up to grab your phone and make a decision. You know what? I'm just going to check Instagram real quick. Know that checking Instagram is costing you your rhythm, your momentum. It's costing you a lot more than you think. Get focused, zone in, be conscious of the decisions you make, particularly what you put in your mouth. Realize what you put in your mouth. And a lot of us, we're just eating garbage. I know I am. Or, drinking. If you're drinking like Coca-Cola or Pepsi, that's a lot of sugar. A lot of people don't understand why they're so tired all the time, why they're so drained. It's because you're putting this sugary stuff into your system, and it's basically putting you into some type of, like, your body literally feels like it's dying. It's like, oh my God, it's going into shock to the point it's fighting off the sugar, and then you don't realize, why am I so tired? Because that can of Pepsi is costing you a lot more than you think. You think it's just a can of Pepsi. You think it's just a slice of pizza. You think, for me, I think it's just a Philly cheesesteak with ice cream. Oh, I'm just enjoying it. I deserve this. It feels good to just eat the cheesesteak. Now, I'm not saying don't do that ever, But if you have a plan the next day to do something with your time, realize the decisions you make the day before affect that day. Like athletes know this. Boxers know this, particularly. They say with boxers, they don't have sex while they're in training camp. Why? Because they realize it could potentially cost them a lot of energy. Like one night of sex with their wives or girlfriends could cost them the whole next day of training because it drained them of their energy, it drained them of their life force. But we're all constantly doing things that's constantly draining our life force. The phone, spending so much time on social media. And I hope if you're watching me, obviously you're watching me on social media, I'm doing my best to bring awareness to it, not only for you, but for myself, because I fall victim to this all the time. Like this was supposed to be a beautiful day for me. It's Easter Sunday. I'm supposed to be working on my laptop for a few hours because I actually have the time to sit down and get focused and zone in. I could have did my laundry. Everything would have felt complete. I would have felt so good. Now, again, maybe I was kidding myself because it's really, working on a laptop is not my thing. But every once in a while, I do it. I do sit down. I do get into a groove, and I always feel good. But if I know I'm going to be doing a laptop session, being on the laptop and getting work done and typing stuff up, I need to prepare for it hours before, days before. I need to make sure I don't make decisions that's going to cost me that productive session. So please, today, start auditing every decision you make as best you could. Be conscious of it. Realize there's things that you're probably doing that's costing you a lot, particularly when it comes to energy. And if you start doing this, you start monitoring everything you do. And you don't have to be like so stiff about it, but just pay attention. Realize if you drink a little bit too much coffee, what does it do to you? Realize when you do a little bit of scrolling on social media for an extra half hour before bed, realize how it affects your sleep. Or maybe you're supposed to go to bed at a certain time. But realize that, yes, these small little decisions, like me eating the Philly cheesesteak and the ice cream, cost me a lot because I could have really got into momentum. Because today, me working on my laptop could have got me into rhythm. Let's say I would have did 3 or 4 hours of working on my laptop and I would have got into some type of rhythm. It probably would have been a lot easier tomorrow for me to get on my laptop. And I would have gotten into momentum and I would have made it a habit. So please realize small decisions matter. Do your best to audit your decisions. Remember the term attention residue. You think it's just the Philly cheesesteak. It's not. You think it's just 10 minutes of politics. It's not. You think that if you're a guy, just watching sexual activities on your phone is just for that moment. It's not. It's costing you. So please pay attention. All right. So hopefully you guys got value from this video. If you did, please leave any feedback in the comment section. Peace.